Just released with Andre Wade. Come to just speak out and say some things and get that information out of what I said I was going to give out today and for the cash out for you all that's willing to donate something to my cause. And the information is to my mother. It's my mother's information. It's her cash out. So it would be Doris Wade. It would be Doris Wade, and her number is 832-718-2561. 832-718-2561. And you just send that to her cash out or whatever you're willing to donate. It'll be well appreciated and well used. I remember the time in one of my videos I was telling you all about when I was young in one of my stories, and I was talking about, I used to want to be O.J. Simpson. I used to want to be like O.J. Simpson running football. I used to run that ball, and I thought, watching the Juice in them back in them days, I loved some O.J. Simpson at that time. And of the football days, and I thought I was the Juice. I thought I could never be tackled, but I used to always wanted to do something for my mother. I wanted to get her that big house. When you seen them black athletes, when you seen those black athletes, and they was getting them contracts and they was doing for their mothers. They was doing for their mothers, and it was just, that was a wonderful sight. I remember Bill Cosby, in one of his jokes, telling one of his stories about how when his wife got pregnant and they had their son, and how he was always there when the son was born, and took them all to the schools and all to the little games and did up to college and everything. And when the boy made his first touchdown, and he was on TV, and the boy say, "Love you, Mom, Mom, love you, Mom." He couldn't believe it. He didn't say Dad. But that was just one of them jokes in the stories of Bill Cosby I had an opportunity to listen to in my life. But today is a blessed day, and I pray that peace is upon your families and all is well with those who are incarcerated, female and male. And like I say, I'm out there for any interviews. Wherever you at, but the expense will be on you. But I will come. With my mother. Yeah, my mother be right there with me. And I told you about some of the dreams I had when I was incarcerated, and I wanted a ministry, and I wanted to call it Just Release Ministries. And when I did get the opportunity to get out, and I stay with the personal relationship with God, but to push out for the ministry, I had never just really done that. So when I had the opportunity to come on YouTube and create Just Release, that was the title I wanted of my show, because Just Release, I told you, is so much of just being released from prison. It's just being released from addictions, being released from bad relationships, and I speak of those things. That's why I care enough for the viewers, because people have had these things happen in their lives, or in some nation they it's going on in their lives, and they seen loved ones be released after being incarcerated for so many years, and then it's question asked, what should a person that's been released do if they've been incarcerated for over 30 years? See, the first thing he have to do, he have to have a personal relationship with God. That's the first thing you do, because See, if he'd been released after doing 30-something years, that was all God and not man. It just took so much time out of his life. It took so much in between that was there that could have happened. But what happened was is that the person did the 20 years, the 30 years, or whatnot, and now it's about, what are you going to do now? Who can you trust? We always asking, who can we trust? We have to trust God. We have to trust God, that it was our God that kept us mentally stable. It kept us alive after doing 30-something years in prison. Because, see, if you did 30-something years in prison, you seen some things. You heard some things. That was another side of that relationship that you had by being incarcerated, that if you only been incarcerated, you could only know. If you only did that amount of time, you should know or would know. But the most thing we'll always remember after doing so many years like that and being in prison is that we don't lose our love. We don't lose our character. We don't lose our personal relationship with God. We have what got us through it is going to get us through it now. And we have to trust that. We have to believe that, because see, if you did 30-something years and you still have a sound mind and whatever age you are, see, because they was old back in the days. They was old, but making righteous decisions that God was placing upon their hearts and placing in their lives. So we have to trust what it was that kept us so stable while doing that amount of time. We can't forget when we get out here. So just release. That was my opportunity. That was my opportunity, because there are times on my show that you can say that he sound like he trying to preach. No, I'm not preaching. I'm giving what was given to me. See, what was given to me freely, spiritually. But physically, it took some things out of my life. Physically, it took some things out of my life. It took me away from a lot of life. So I know when people watching my show, because there's so many people that's watching my show, they know what you done. You have forgiven. You have forgiven me, Andre Wade, for anything that I done wrong in my life. At that time, you have forgiven me. So you done push that all the way out, so you enjoy some of the things that I speak of and some of the things I talk about on my show. So you are there to watch this. But in reality, you have forgiven me. You done said that don't even matter, Andre Wade. That don't even matter. I like your show. I love your show. I watch it anyway. And that's the kind of heart that we have to have for the people that's been incarcerated for so many years, and they coming out here, and when we're doing time, they tell us that, why didn't you just ask? See, we wasn't thinking. We was acting out instead of thinking. So I'm asking you today. I'm asking you today to go out. I have so many comments on you don't have nowhere, but I can see, I can't. So I'm giving you a way today to go out and donate for me, because I'm asking, because I always remember all those classes that I was taking, spiritual classes and educational classes. And these are one of the things that it teaches. It teaches in these classes. So if they teaching this in these classes while we're incarcerated, it has to be true when we come free. When you say all you have to do is ask. And that's what I'm asking today, that y'all go out and y'all go donate whatever you can, because it will be well appreciated. And so much comes out of it. So much comes out of it for the good and not for the bad. This is Andre Wade with Just Release, and I'm gonna get back at y'all.